Hey guys, Brian Karp, Sales Giant, Illiterate Millionaire, Mailbox Money. And we're at a Mailbox Money, and I am at one of the Karp family's properties. And today, it's not a multi. This is one of our older homes in the portfolio, and this is a single family property. A little cottage, probably about 600 square feet, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And our long-term tenant, who's been here for about 6 years, has just vacated. I need to make a decision. Does it make sense for the family to keep it, or does it make sense for us to sell it? Now, we won't sell it to take the money, right? We don't want the money, we want the cash flow. I have to make the decision, does it make sense to sell it and do a 1031 exchange, right? Take all of that money and move it into a multifamily, because that's what we've been doing with most of the portfolio, trying to transition out of our single families and into multifamilies. I do recommend to sometimes first-time investors to get started in the single family space, right? It's much easier to find them. It's much easier to rent them. It's much easier to manage them. But at a certain time, the value of the single families go up so much quicker than a lot of the multifamilies that I see. So at a certain time, you're really gonna double what you paid for the property, right? Triple what you paid for the property. It will make sense to do what we're looking at, which is a 1031 exchange, possibly selling this and moving that money into a 3, 4, 5, 6 family if we could find something, and if I'm able to find something to line it up with so I pay no tax in it. I was renting this for just about $19.50, but she was a great tenant. She was here for so long. As you can see, just normal wear and tear on the walls. What I'm thinking, if we did re-rent it, we'd probably just paint the place. But you can see the bathroom's in pretty good shape. Even though I hear the water running. That's not good. Drip, 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 drip. Okay, so even though, oh my God, somebody left something in the toilet. I have a pet peeve, even if I'm at one of the houses I'm selling, I always shut the toilet. I think my mother taught me that. And then the kitchen. Kitchen's in pretty good shape, right? So if we were to renovate it, if we were to re-rent it, I'm thinking potentially putting in $2,000. The outside needs some work, maybe a little power washing, fixing a few pieces of siding that fell down, maybe painting the inside. So I'd say $3,000 to $5,000 to get it looking like $1 million. I think we would probably rent this for about $2,500. So this property would put about $2,000 a month in positive cash flow for the family. I have to look at, okay, what it's worth in today. Can I take that money and move it into something else that would make us more money? And that's what I spend a lot of the time on with the portfolio, still adding new properties, but also looking at the properties that are existing in the portfolio and seeing if it makes sense to move them out of the portfolio or keep them. Listen, I'm excited. This is gonna be a free $500 extra a month in passive income for Jessica and myself if we decide to keep this, but it's a great opportunity, right? Someone just called, sorry. Can I take that money and move it into something bigger and better? And this is what you start, I got bit by a mosquito. This is what you start to do when you've been buying real estate for almost 15 years.